Hi, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mahnoor and you watch MK Vid. Today I want to speak about modesty. That is a very important topic in Islam. It was narrated from Anas that the Messenger ﷺ of Allah said, "Every religion has its distinct characteristic, and the distinct characteristic of Islam is modesty." Sunan Ibn Meidia 4181. In Arabic, modesty is haya and can have many translations including shyness, self-respect, shame, honor, and humility. All this can be summed up in the word modesty. The word haya comes from the word hayat, which means life. This is associated with the fact that if the heart is alive, not clouded by sins, then modesty will be inherent in it. Abu Umama narrated that the Messenger ﷺ of Allah said, "Al-Hayya, modesty, and Al-Li, less talk, are two branches of faith, and Al-Baza, absence talk, and Al-Bayan, too much talk, are two branches of hypocrisy." Sunan at-Tirmidhi 2027. Modesty is a noble trait that guards against low deeds and encourages good ones. It was narrated from Yalla that the Messenger ﷺ of Allah saw a man performing ghusl in an open place. So he ascended the minbar and praised and glorified Allah. Then he said, "Allah, the mighty, the sublime, is forbearing, modest, and concealing, and He loves modesty and concealment. When any one of you perform ghusl, let him conceal himself." Sunan an-Nasa 406. Modesty is a trait of the Messenger ﷺ. In one of the Hadith, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said, "The Prophet was more shy than an unmarried girl in his room. And when he saw something he did not like, we knew it from his face." Bukhari, Muslim. Modesty is a characteristic of the Islamic religion. As narrated in a hadith from Ibn Meidia, "Verily, every religion has its own morality, and Muslim morality is modesty. Modesty is a manifestation of faith. Modesty and faith are inseparable companions, as narrated in Sahih al-Targhib. Modesty and faith are companions to each other. If one of them lags behind, then the other also lags behind. Islam requires modesty in everything, including clothing. The Holy Quran says in this regard, "And tell the believing women to reduce some of their vision and guard their private parts, and not expose their adornment except that which necessarily appears thereof, and to wrap a portion of their head covers over their chest, and not expose their adornment except to their husbands, their fathers, their husbands' fathers, their sons, their husbands' sons, their brothers' sons, their sisters' sons, their women, that which their right hands possesses, or those male attendants having no physical desire, or children who are not yet aware of the private aspects of woman. And let them not stamp their feet to make known that they conceal of their adornment. And turn to Allah in repentance, all of you, O believers, that you might succeed." Surah An-Nur, Ayat 31. Hijab for Muslim women is not just clothing, but a way of life. A girl, a woman who consciously wears a hijab will shun everything sinful and forbidden. Her modesty in dress will be reflected in communication, in relationships with people, in work and leisure activities. If we turn to the Hadith of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, we will notice how important it is for a believer to be modest and bashful. Shame is an adornment of any sin, and obscenity is a vice. Tirmizi. Allah has inspired me that you observe modesty, do not exalt one another, and do not offend each other. Muslim. You are coming to your brethren, so tidy your mounts and tidy your dress until you're like a mole among the people. Allah does not like obscene words or deeds, or do intentional committing of obscenity. Abu Dawud 4089. If earlier for many peoples covering the head was a certain norm, then our time ideas about the female image have changed significantly. For modern society, a completely different approach to choosing clothes has become familiar. Often these robes are contrary to the moral and ethical standards of any religion. New fashion standards dictate their own rules. The instructions of the Almighty remain unchanged because they contain the wisdom of the Creator and the good for the believers themselves. Another very important point: Muslim women need to understand the huge responsibility that they have. Very often people judge Islam through those who profess it, through the Muslims themselves. Muslim women are of particular interest in this regard. Therefore, when putting on a hijab, external attire, one should not forget about one's internal state, about behavior, words and deeds. If you want to complete the given information or give your examples, write comments. I'm interested in your opinion. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, share and like the video. Bye for today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.